Ladies and gentlemen, friends and family of the jury, if we had a candidate, if we just had one candidate that had the background of Obama and the business acumen and the balls of Trump, we would be okay. We always got to pick one or the other. We got to pick somebody that got a good background, that got bad liberal policies, or we got to pick somebody that got balls and good business acumen, that got a spot, wrinkle, or blemish, or a whole bloodstream in their background that we got to try to overcome just to be able to get to the spaces that we need to get to as a country, as a nation. The scriptures say, shun the appearance of evil, even the very appearance of it. Shun it. Get it out of your life, because it can then prohibit you from actually doing whatever it is that your life purpose is. Okay? I tell y'all this all the time and y'all fight me on it. Y'all say high value men can do whatever they want whenever they want to do it. Cool. Well, over the weekend, they couldn't get the Teflon Trump on nothing that he was doing from a financial perspective as far as his own personal finances, dealings with another country, any kind of crimes, his kids, all of the people of his cabinet that went to jail and prison and all of this, right? And, you just try to overlook it because I'm like, yeah, he renegotiated NAFTA and, he got the tariffs on China and he rolled back taxes on small businesses and people that are high earners. And he understands this and he understands that. And he's actually going against the establishment and the machine or whatever. But then it's just like, God, shot over here, shot over there, shot over there, shot over there. And guess what? Of all the things that Trump could possibly get arrested for, you know what it wound up being? You know what he's anticipating getting arrested for? A hoe. A hoe. Of all the things that they could come at him for, they came at him for his taxes. They came at him for everything that you could. They didn't impeached him. He rerunning for president and all this other type of stuff. And everything of all the things that you could possibly get coming back to you is a hoe. Think about that, gentlemen. Think about that, gentlemen. I'm reading super chats throughout the show. Of all the things that can come back to you is a chick that looked like the Saw clown. A hoe. Now, why does Anton continue to tell us to have dick discipline? Well, it ain't certainly because I give a fuck about who you have sex with. Ain't nobody trying to dick police you. It's because your very downfall is going to be the thing that you overlooked because you wasn't focused, and the only thing you can think of or think with is your head. Not the one at the top, but the one at the bottom. So you wanted some box. Now think about this for a second. One bust down. Was it worth it? One bust down. Was it worth it? Let's go ahead and play this.
Adult film star Stormy Daniels is at the center of the Manhattan grand jury probe into the former president that could lead to an indictment. The crux of the investigation, a $130,000 alleged hush money payment Mr. Trump's former attorney and fixer Michael Cohen made on his behalf to Ms. Daniels less than 2 weeks before the 2016 election. Cohen says he made the payment at Mr.
Listen. Look at the people. I mean, he was in Vegas having fun. Hey, it's legal. That is not the point that we're trying to make. I'm saying, look, it's a lot of things that's legal. Okay, let's play that game. Let's play that game before we read the rest of this. Now, I'm sitting here before you, right? Let's say I go over to the Dominican Republic and I go to Sosua and I'm over there paying for box. No, better yet, I'll give you a better example. Let's say I go over to Vegas and I hit the money ranch. And then it wound up getting all over the internet that Anton was in Vegas having bust downs at the bunny ranch. And I'm smoking trees. I'm doing everything that I want to do. Now it's legal. It's legal. Question. Do you still look at me the same way before I went to the bunny ranch? Do you still look at me the same way as before I went to the bunny ranch? The point isn't whether or not it's legal or not. The point is it going to mess up the thing that you're trying to do and the people that you're trying to impact? And is it possibly going to mess up your election chances? In Trump's case specifically. My point to you is dick discipline is securing the bag. A lack of dick discipline is fumbling the bag. We've seen it happen time and time again. Tiger Woods, Derek Jackson, Kobe Bryant with that chick. He had to spend basically the rest of his career being a good dad in order to repair his image. The minute that he died, people still ain't forgot about what Kobe Bryant went through, even though he got falsely accused. It's a bag that we trying to secure. It's a legacy that we trying to take. You know how the FBI tried to lie on Martin Luther King Jr. in order to say that he had a bunch of side chicks? You know why they did that? You know why they chose that over everything else? They chose it because they know that you are weak and that you're more focused on the thing that don't actually add the most value into your life. So you're going to use that in order to try to assassinate his character, which then blunts and dumbs down whatever message that he was trying to have. Y'all don't even remember the I have a dream speech. The only thing you remember is some modern chick sitting there trying to hold Martin Luther King accountable for something that wasn't even true. It's a reason why they do it. It's why they say shun the appearance of evil. Hoes.
Mr. Trump's direction to keep Daniels quiet about an alleged affair, and the former president later reimbursed him for it. The Trump team labeling the payment as legal expenses and not reporting it in campaign finance records.
It seems like charges are likely to include the fact that Mr. Trump falsified business records, concealing hush money payments as legitimate payments to a lawyer. There may well be a second charge, which is using those hush money payments to conceal a second crime, which is election fraud.
Mr. Trump was caught on tape in 2016 acknowledging a different alleged hush money payment.
I spoke to Alan about it when it comes time for the financing, which will be...
Listen, what financing?
We'll have to pay you. So no.
The former president and his lawyers concede the payment to Daniels occurred, but deny the alleged affair and any...
He acknowledged that the payment occurred. What he's denying is that he never even bust her down. Now, this woman came in with vivid descriptions of what his Johnson looked like and all of this other type of stuff. My point is that why even have them hoes in your atmosphere in the first place? Why even have them around you in the first place? Nah, fam. You ain't getting a dime out of me. You ain't getting one red cent. I'm not paying you off. I'm not giving you no money. I'm not doing nothing. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. You can't even, I'm Mike Pence with it. In real life, I'm Mike Pence with it. You know Mike Pence, they said Mike Pence don't go nowhere without his chick. I'm Mike Pence with it. In real life, I am, not for me. I know I ain't trying to touch you. You ain't even worthy of getting in my... You think that you worthy of touching my Johnson? My Johnson is pristine. It is gorgeous. I hate to say this. It is pristine. It is gorgeous. It is disease-free, and it is big. Girthy, lengthy, awesome, and big, and disease-free. And I'm a dolphin. Y'all have had sex education. Don't sit here and act like you ain't never heard of a sex education. Y'all watch too much porn to be sitting here talking about, ew, cover my ears. You watch too much porn. You watch too many other diseased Johnsons to be sitting here acting all prissy now. We adults here. You think that these hoes is worthy to even come in my presence? You think I would let her touch me? I'm an angel. Why would I ever let this hussy touch me? It ain't for me. I ain't touching that hoe. It's to protect the bag. The bag has always been much more important than anything that any woman could ever give to me. The one thing that I was never cursed with, is a propensity to put a woman before the bag. Even today, there is nothing and no one that's going to stop me from my long-term and short-term bag. But this is what y'all want.
Any wrongdoing. The longest running of several ongoing probes into Mr. Trump has faced heavy skepticism since it began.
If Trump is charged in connection with the Stormy Daniels payoff, it would be the weakest case of all the investigations, federal and state, that are pending against him. The big question arises, if these facts occurred 6 or more years ago, why is Trump being charged now?
Well, let me tell you why he's being charged now. For those of you that have been living under a rock, currently he's leading the Republican side of the ticket. As far as all of the other potential candidates, he's the leading vote getter. So what do you do if you want to take down? Because, listen, it doesn't even matter. You think that he's ever going to touch a prison cell? You ever think that a former president is going to ever touch a prison cell or anything like that? You think he's worried about doing time? You think he's worried about going to jail or anything like that? No, that's not it. You're now at the forefront of the downfall of what's best for the nation, because now you have a hole in your back pocket that's trying to uncover. You think that they didn't have this in their pocket a long time ago? You don't think that they've always had this in their back pocket, that they're waiting for the right time to be able to continue to make this a distraction from the thing that we should be talking about? We got all of this different stuff going on. We had war, basically at the precipice of a world war. Whenever Biden gets in trouble, all we got to do is just send out the goons. You got a Stormy Daniels over there? Cool. Go ahead and put this at the forefront, because the people is worried about the banking system collapsing. My polling numbers is down. Kamala Harris is getting booed over at March Madness. She looking like a dummy. She don't even know how to react to the bad boos. She looking like a scorned, angry woman. Let's get Stormy Daniels over there and get Trump arrested. They couldn't do that to Obama. As bad as his policies was, and y'all thought that he was going to come in there and do something for black people, and he actually did it for the alphabet community. He worked feverishly for the alphabet community, and they championed him, and they made sure that they had new rights and all of this other type of stuff. They couldn't do that to him. Of all the things that they tried to dig up, they dug up the dumbest junk. They said, listen, he might not even be a U.S. citizen. Really? Well, we don't like the fact that his name is Obama. Really? They couldn't do nothing. They didn't have one thing on that man. Not one. Then as a result, you got 2 terms of advocating for the alphabet community, which we still suffering from today. Meanwhile, every single corner is somebody going to jail in his cabinet. Is another porn star that's coming up talking about he gave me 130 bands. They got him on tape. He kicking holes in the pussy and all of this stuff. And it's just like, fuck, man. I want to vote for you. I'm not really sure you're electable, because now you're becoming more of a distraction. How many other things are they going to throw up in our face? Because you got the best policies. You actually got the balls to take on these other countries. You say what you really think. But now we got to worry about another fucking Stormy Daniels. Let this be a lesson. Stop letting these women take you down. Or if you ever want to get a dude set, I ain't even going to say that part.
Ali Rafa, NBC News.
Think about it, y'all. Think about it. Of all the things that we need to be focusing on, literally, we have bigger banks buying smaller banks because everything is collapsing. And dudes are unable to keep their Johnson in their pants in order to do the thing that's going to secure your family, your legacy, the amount of money. Crimson Cure could tell you, she in the chat right now. As much as I love Crimson, I never even stepped foot around Crimson without my wife in tow. because she too sweet. Her words are too awesome. She too gorgeous. She got such a sweet spirit. I said, I'm not about to be getting caught up with crimson because I'm going to be getting crimsoned up in here. Let me go ahead and have Rita or it was something. Crimson is just too hot. Too hot to trot. You're not about to have me messing up my legacy and her legacy at the same time. Shh. Crimson will tell you, I move like a ninja. Ducking and dodging. Ducking and dodging. That's what we do over here. We duck and we dodge.